Yo, what's up, guys? It's Tat, and I went over this dev update on stream, and I was a little caught up in the hype, and I wasn't thinking too critically of some things, but I've had time to reconsider a lot of these changes, and they really don't make any logical sense, like whatsoever. So let me just talk about it. So thanatophobia, as we know, 22% slowdown on top of the 90-second gen time is boring as fuck. There's no debate. Holding M1 for longer is really unfun. And the problem with anatophobia, ever since it has really existed, is the only killers who can really make good use of the perk are Legion and Plague. So with this in mind, the developers, rather than reworking the perk to be something like on hook or on down or something that would apply to all killers, they've kept the perk sort of the same, but made it worse literally for every other killer except Legion and Plague. This makes absolutely no sense. So if you're happy about the Thana nerf, I gotta remind you that this actually literally does not change anything against the killers it's annoying with, which is Legion and Plague. Primarily Legion. Because how it works now is you get a 2% action speed penalty per survivor, so up to 8%. But there's a bonus penalty if all 4 survivors are injured, dying, or hooked. So then you get a plus 12%, which means you actually get a slowdown of 20%, same as it was pre-patch. So Legion and Plague stay the same. Meanwhile, like a Trapper who's running Thanatophobia, it gets worse for him, but Legion and Plague stay exactly the same. This is not how you change Thanatophobia. This is a terrible change. I've had a lot of time to consider it, and it's just not good. If anything, it should be working like barbecue and chili, as it did pre-patch, where it would give you like stacks for every unique survivor. So that like up to 4 stacks, it would give you like a slowdown penalty. That way, like at least other killers can use it, and there's more skill involved in actually getting the effect to work instead of just hitting people. So yeah, this is a really bad change. Now, Mettle of Man, I'm a little torn about. So it's a buff and a really big nerf at the same time. They did the one buff that I was hoping they would do like for years, which is they've made the number of protection hits only 2. It used to be 3. But they made so that Mettle of Man now actually applies endurance. It didn't before, which means that it also deactivates with a conspicuous action. So you can't get your Mettle of Man stacks and then sit on a gen and then have the perk ready for the chase. You can't do that. You have to use Mettle of Man the moment you activate it. But there's a very high likelihood that you won't even be able to use it because they changed how the aura reveal works. So basically now, your aura is always shown to the killer when Mettle of Man is active, instead of after it's been used. So the killer knows you have Mettle of Man before they even chase you. So it's easier to activate the perk, like really easy, but it's gonna be basically useless once you activate it. The one situation where I think you want to use Mettle of Man, right, is you take 2 protection hits in a row for a survivor who's either being carried to a hook and get them off the killer's shoulder so they run away or whatever, or you go down for someone in the same situation where like they're injured, you take a hit and then you take another hit and then the killer picks you up instead of that one survivor. That way when you get off the hook, you have basically like off the record but infinite, and that would be the situation I think Mettle Man will be used in. But even then, the aura, I feel like Mettle of Man is like an anti-tunnel perk, but you have to you have to earn it. I think that's how it's going to be used. I'm going to try it. I'm less negative about this because I wanted Mettle of Man to get an update, but yeah, I don't know about this one, Chief. We'll have to see how this actually works later down the line. And then this is, oh my god. So Pain Res, Merciless Storm, and DMS. So Pain Res DMS was a really cringe combo before. Not that because it was like hard to avoid, but because there were specific killers who would make this combo exceptionally strong and annoying. Cough, cough, artist, cough, cough, nurse, cough, cough, blight. Well, it's now back. They're bringing back Pain Res DMS, where it will make the gen explode, the survivor will get off, and it will proc DMS. They did this because the perk worked with Merciless Storm. Just let that sink in. Merciless Storm. They're changing Pain Res because of Merciless Storm. In the 1% situation where you hook a survivor and regress a gen with Pain Res during a Merciless Storm skill check proc to make them do skill checks for like another 30 seconds. That is the one situation where this is why they're changing it. That I'm not even, this is literally the reason. This block of text. This is why they're changing Pain Res to be annoying again. Behavior. What are you doing? This is terrible. Now they are nerfing DMS to 30 seconds because they understand that Pain Res DMS is really, really unfun. But like, you're bringing back the effect. This still is going to be a problem for the killers who are already really good at using Pain Res DMS. Blight, Nurse, Artist. Every other killer, this nerf fucking sucks because now you can't push them off the gen in time. So this is like, I don't know, man. This is just bad. This is just bad. I've had a lot of time to think about it literally the whole day. And the only thing that I think is going to be kind of cool is Mettle of Man. Even though the community is really upset about it and are stating it as a nerf, I do think that it will be used more often because it's easier to activate. But we'll see how that actually plays out. I might just be an idiot and I might just be thinking that it's better than it is. But yeah, this is really bad. And the Thanatophobia nerf literally does not exist for Legion or Plague, which was the whole point of trying to nerf the perk. So, yeah, you completely missed the mark on this one. You need to go back to the drawing board. And also, why is DS still 3 seconds? Jesus fucking Christ.